Bam, we're live. Good morning. Good to see everyone. Sunday morning. We were supposed to have Curtis Campbell this morning, undefeated UFC fighter. Another legend coming out of Liverpool, England. There was an accident on the motorway, as they say in the United Kingdom, so he couldn't make the show. Don't worry, I'm here. Jeremy. Wow. Good morning. Tithes. We've had Tyson Bagent on here a bunch. It's turned me into a bit of a football expert, and of course, Chicago Bears fan. Tyson's the son of one of my best buddies, Travis Bagent. So yesterday we watched the Chicago Bears game. I guess I don't remember if it was the first time in 15 years they've been in the playoffs or the first time in 15 years they've won a playoff game. When I was a kid, the Bears were good. They had this guy, I think Jim McMahon, and this bricklayer, William Refrigerator Perry. I wonder if that guy's still alive. And they had a running back, I think, who died. Walter Payton. Did Walter Payton die? They had all these famous, or I don't know if famous is the right word, great players on their team, and they would like dance and rap, and people loved them. And then I don't know what happened. I stopped watching football. And this year, what's crazy about the Bears? I guess this isn't common, but I want to say 5 of the games we watched this year, they won in the last 2 minutes. I had heard that stat somewhere, and the games have been really crazy and exciting. But yesterday's game, I think, was their 6th game. I didn't hear anyone say that, but I'm guessing you got to add it to the pile. Win they had in the last 2 minutes. And it was crazy because all sorts of people were texting me, and my kids were shitting on the game because I want to say it was like 21-3 at halftime. I'm like, no, it's fine. It's fine. And they came back and won. And truly I don't know if it was the crowd or what, but truly they had some help because with a minute and 43 left on the clock, they scored and took the lead. And then Green Bay's offense, the quarterback did great, but it looked like the receivers were just dropping balls out there. And Chicago Bears are now going. I think that was a wild card game for the playoffs. I don't know if that counts as real playoffs, but now they're for sure in the playoffs. Entertainment for the peasants. And I wasn't fully paying attention, but I think the two teams that play today might be the 49ers and the Rams, and whoever wins that. If the Rams win, they go to Chicago to play. And if the 49ers win, the Bears have to go to come to San Fran. If I was the Bears, I would not want to play the 49ers. The NFL is rigged. Okay, fine. Okay. Sure. Rigged. Like what? Like there's one guy on the take there? I don't even know what that means. That's when like a Tank calls in and says the whole thing's theater. Like I need to know. I like that. I need to. Of course, there's a few people doing something illegal. There's a few people doing something illegal everywhere. The last 5 games the Chicago Bears have had versus the Packers have all been decided in the last 2 minutes and less than 7 points. Wow. Nice little stat. I lived with 8. 1 less than 9, 1 more than 7. Football players in college, every one of them got messed up somehow. It's hard for me to watch. Like on drugs, or they had their brains jacked up, or what do you mean? What do you mean messed up? Injured? Fib? Little injury? Little injury to the love of the game. I didn't know how this was exactly going to work when we split the channels. I still don't know how it's going to work. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited. The other channel is the CF Network. If you haven't gone over there, go over there, subscribe, and What's the other thing? Subscribe and then click that bell and then get all notifications. Yesterday we did Kill Taylor over on the other channel. If you haven't seen that show, you're missing out. Our sponsor was happy yesterday. That means you guys did your job. I appreciate it. Why the hell do the Niners change their uniform colors? Haven't they always been black and red, and maybe they just went a little more black? Black's like a little harder, right? A little more gangster. They're still red and black, aren't they? Po. This is a po. This is a political. I don't know if this is a. This is just a show about life. This is just a show about life. Where's my show note? There's this lady, I think her name's Patty Flanagan. She holds some political seat in Minnesota. You guys got to hear this shit. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. This is her take. Is it? Oh my goodness. What I do is I take my notes on Google Drive, and then hopefully what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to get copied and then sent over to my computer, like automatically. All right, let's do this first because Minnesota's been getting way too much attention. Shit, those notes aren't even here either. Oh boy. What if I just go to X and type in Patty Flanagan? Happy Sunday. Still freezing here in California. The rain has stopped. How do you spell Patty? Is it Paddy? Patty Flanagan? She's the lieutenant governor. Wow. She's the lieutenant governor of Minnesota. God, she's a lion sack of shit. Let me find this. Yesterday, ICE had an encounter. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, the same day that Renee got shot. They had an encounter at Roosevelt High School. Oh, it's Peggy? Is it Peggy Flanagan? Is that what it is? Thank you. No wonder I can't find her. Thank you. Okay, here it is. Thank you. Thank you, Darth. You have to hear this shit that comes out of her mouth. She is batshit crazy. I can't. She may be trans too. It's kind of hard to tell what her deal is. Not even on her X. Where am I going to find that? She gives a take on what happened. She gives a take on what happened at Roosevelt High after Nicole was shot. Son of a bitch. Anyway, Patty Flanagan, maybe Roosevelt High. Roosevelt. I'm so sorry, guys. She gives a take on what happened at Roosevelt High after Nicole was shot. ICE ended up over at the high school. Of course, I can't find it. Promise you I was prepared. Something has happened to the notes. And her account of what happened is not even close to what happened. They're describing the incidents. They're closing down high schools all over Minnesota because they say they're afraid of ICE. And they're describing the incident as if ICE went there to get illegal immigrants at the high school, when that's not what happened at all. After the Nicole incident, someone with their car rammed an ICE vehicle. They chased it 5 miles to the high school. They got to the high school and it was 3:30 p.m. School was out. But if you listen to the Dems and the news talk about it, they talk about it. They leave that part out. They make it sound like the ICE went to the high school and was harassing the teachers. One of the teachers actually attacked ICE while they were apprehending this person who rammed their car. It's a total disconnect between the realities of what's happening and what's being reported. The difference between them chasing someone who went to the high school to escape, and when you do that, you're endangering the kids there. So ICE grabs the person, so we don't have another Vivaldi incident. The bad guy runs to the high school, ICE grabs him, and a teacher attacks ICE, and now it's being reported that they went there to grab illegals from the high school and beat up a teacher. It's not what happened at all. Not even close to what happened. Why are they lying? Why are they lying? Are there so few incidents that ICE is involved in that they have to lie? Meanwhile, in Texas yesterday, in Texas, a young girl was riding the bus and two gang members had a shootout. Two teens charged after fatal shooting of Caitlin Stupp on Houston Metro bus. Here's what we need to know. She was riding the Oh, can't use that. I'm not a subscriber. She was riding the bus. And she was shot because two gang members, these guys. Police say school resource officers helped quickly ID two teens accused in deadly Houston Metro bus shooting. Both were already facing charges. They were both out on bail. 17-year-old boys on the bus. They have a shootout and killed a young girl. The shooting happened at 2:30 p.m. Wednesday near the intersection of Richmond Avenue and Walnut Bend Lane in Houston. Smith fired shots that killed a 25-year-old victim. Scott allegedly returned fire, injuring another teenage passenger. Court records show Scott was in court on an unrelated charge of aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon on Tuesday, a day before the shooting. He was recently released from custody after his bond was lowered from $50,000 to $15,000. Doesn't this seem like doesn't this seem like this is where the protest should be? That people are getting out of jail? By the way, Portland is protesting and upset with ICE because they shot two Tren de Aragua criminals in Portland on the same day. I think that lady was shot in Minnesota. A good family friend is a Trump supporter, and his daughter is a liberal in Minnesota. This is the exact story she told her dad yesterday and is now making him think ICE is bad now. I need to send him that info. Yeah. They chased someone who rammed a police vehicle with a car. Remember when I saw a car ram another car and I called the police on that car as they sped off? And you get a bunch of you jackasses in the comments were making fun of me. This isn't okay to be ramming people with your car. Yeah, ICE apprehended this person at the high school. And what's funny is I was reading the liberal reports and they said they went there to the ICE school to apprehend people. But the article also says it happened at 3:30 p.m. ICE isn't going to a high school. This is critical thinking, people. ICE isn't going to a high school at 3:30 p.m. to apprehend students. That's not where students are at 3:30 p.m. School's not in session at 3:30 p.m. They just read it. Ba, 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 ba. I was thinking the other day, yesterday, imagine getting your news from PBS, government news. There's people all over the world who would love to get news that's not from their government. And yet we have this whole group of people in our country who go out of their way to get the government news. I know why they do it too. When I was young, PBS was the source, the non-biased source. How stupid was I? Of course it's biased. It's the government news. Caller, hi.
Hey, Sevon, do you remember the terrorist attack on New Year's Eve, not this past New Year's Eve, but the last one, where the former U.S. soldier, now ISIS, sympathizer, drove his vehicle down Bourbon Street, New Orleans, and killed 16 people or something?
Yes.
So I don't get why it's now okay that people are using vehicles as deadly weapons when literally 1 year ago we had an ISIS sympathizer using his vehicle as a deadly weapon. I knew somebody that was hit by his vehicle. Crazy.
They found an ISIS flag in that guy's car, but don't forget, white supremacy is the biggest danger in the United States.
So it's just crazy that
that's
now people using their vehicles as deadly weapons is justified.
2025. That's a great point. 2025 New Orleans truck attack was an Islamic domestic terrorist attack that occurred on January 1st, 2025 at 3:15 a.m. Yes, it's Shamsuddin Jabbar, African-American Muslim, rammed a pickup truck.
Former U.S. soldier.
Wow, into a crowd on Bourbon Street, New Orleans, Louisiana. An Islamic State ISIS flag was found in the truck used in the killings, and Jabbar had posted videos declaring allegiance to ISIS in the preceding hours. Mass casualty event. Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, it was right before the Sugar Bowl, which my team was playing in it. So,
hey, those
a lot of people on Bourbon Street.
Those are all the inconsistencies that are driving us mad. The same thing, No Kings rally, and then those same people are supporting Maduro in power.
Yeah,
they would love.
Anyway,
they would love for Trump to be overthrown, the same way Maduro was, and they wouldn't complain. They wouldn't complain at all.
Well, they hate Trump because he's a dictator, yet they are waving the flags for a dictator. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's it's insane.
Anyway, happy Sunday, Sevy. Love you.
Thank you.
Later.
Happy Sunday. Thanks for that.
Bye.
The left is also reporting that the kids at the high school were tear gassed. Some pepper balls were deployed as the crowd began to attack. The violence on the left is here, man. It's real. It's real. Mamdani crime advisor Tamika Mallory. This is New York City's, the biggest city, most powerful city in the world, the mayor's crime advisor.
I don't give a damn if they burn down Target, because Target should be on the streets with us, calling for the justice that our people deserve. Don't talk to us about looting. Y'all are the looters. America has looted black people.
The representative of Portland, the congresswoman in Portland that was talking about how sad it was that Tren de Aragua people were shot we're saying that we can't celebrate the capture of them because we have white privilege. Of course, she's white. It is absolutely nuts. Let me show you these women. These are the women we're dealing with. I don't mean to do any women bashing. There's a lot of great women. Although if only men voted in the United States, Trump would be in power easily in 2020. He would have won.
This is what we're dealing with on the ground, all over. That's right. Actually, I'm very respectful, and you're not respectful at all in any way. I just want to ask, do you believe in illegal immigration? Do you think U.S. taxpayers should be funding housing for illegals and medical care?
Smart man. He is so intelligent. This man, he's got nothing to say. He's got nothing to say.
I got a lot to say.
He's a big man.
Now I'm not.
It is truly menopausal women. That's who's running these protests. White women over 40. This is nuts.
What a big man!
Whoa.
What a big man! Bye,
Crazy.
bye, big man!
I'm very respectful.
Bye, big man!
I'm very respectful. Here, this is the mentality. This is the state of the United States right now. This is what's going on here in this country.
Holy cow. One lady was sobbing in Minnesota saying they shouldn't be there to mourn Renee Good because she's white and privileged. I saw that. One white woman said she felt guilty for mourning her. I mean, don't ever. I know. Sorry. I know. I love women. I don't want to. I hate referencing that demographic as a whole like that. Largest city in New Jersey. You guys know what it is? Newark, New Jersey. Home of one of the busiest airports in the world. Aloha Snack Bar.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Hey, and notice it's a black female politician, and then the crowd is
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
oh boy. New York, that's Newark City Hall. The largest city in New Jersey, raising Islamic flag while the Muslims in attendance chant Aloha Snack Bar. How is this happening? Newark is a shithole. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You can't make this shit up. What happens next? It's endless. It's endless. It's the same characters. It's like the meme is real life.
Good afternoon. Fuck Donald Trump. Today I was at the range, and it'll do your heart good to know there was a lot of women there. I was there not but with the little one that I carry with me all the time, and I'm going to show you up here a little picture of what I was aiming at today. You motherfucking MAGA fucks, you might think that we're out here just sitting around wondering what's going to happen. I ain't wondering about shit. I know what's going to happen.
She is target practicing on male genitalia and bragging about it and threatening people who voted for Donald Trump. And she's playing Psycho Killer in the car as she makes this. Wow. Stevie, at the gym, I walked into the cycle room and there's a Muslim dude praying in the corner. He says, I'm praying, to which I said, I'm praying, to which I said, I'm cycling. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I was preparing for today's podcast with Curtis Campbell, and I noticed one of the doctors in one of his fights came in was a woman wearing the hijab. If you have a doctor wearing a hijab, that's not a real doctor. You got to know that. That's not who you want. You don't want someone who follows an ideology where you're either Muslim or you're dead, looking after your well-being. That sounds absolutely horrible.
Imagine, if you will, we're trying to figure out if smoking causes lung cancer. Bear with me. We know smoking causes lung cancer. But in the 1950s, they didn't believe smoking caused lung cancer. So let's say they decided to do a study to see if smoking causes lung cancer. The most obvious thing to do would be comparing smokers and non-smokers to look at their lung cancer rates. Let's say instead they decide to study someone who smokes 2 packs a day compared to someone who smokes 3 packs of cigarettes per day. And in the end, both have the same rates of lung cancer. And they say, see, smoking doesn't cause lung cancer. Okay, that wasn't fair. It was smoking against smoking. Okay, so now they decide to test, well, let's look at this brand of cigarettes compared to that brand of cigarettes. And look, they both have the same rate of lung cancer. Yeah, but they were both still smokers. Now they look at it and they say, okay, well, let's look at the people who live in this town and smoke 3 packs a day and compare it to the people who live across the country in this town and smoke 3 packs a day. And see, look, there's no difference in lung cancer rates. Well, yeah, because they still all smoke. They all smoke. And the only way to find out whether or not smoking causes lung cancer is if you compare it to people who don't smoke. Those are the vaccine studies right now. The ones that say vaccines don't cause chronic disease. Vaccines don't cause autism. Did they look at vaccinated children compared to unvaccinated children? No. They looked at vaccinated children compared to different vaccinated children. They got MMR. They got DTaP. They got 7 vaccines in one visit. They got 5 vaccines in one visit. They got 4 milligrams of aluminum, they got 2 milligrams of aluminum. But they never looked at vaccinated versus unvaccinated children to look at the actual outcome. That's how absurd this whole thing is.
I don't even think liberals can follow this. I don't even think liberals can follow this. I don't even think they can follow this. The placebo group. Yeah, it doesn't even exist. There's no baseline for vaccines anymore. There's no baselines for vaccine anymore. I'm guilty right there. I was free flowing on Twitter, and I thought I thought that was going to be a I thought she was going to be a anti-ICE person.
Only irritated with her because I wish people would stop trying to be vigilante. If the other side want to talk about America having white privilege, it's these motherfuckers with white privilege. White liberals are a cancer to fucking America.
It's so wild. The black woman is such an interesting creature.
Black women only follow along. because they've been told that they're a victim all their fucking life, so they don't got no brain on that side.
They are such a powerful force. They communicate at such a high level, so direct. It sucks when they're not on your side. It really sucks when they're not on your side.
They just go along with what the white woman say. You're a victim. They did this to you. They owe you this. When the whole time they want to use black people to steal. Let's talk about it. Civil rights is a way for the demon rats to fucking steal. And her wife should be charged with murder. Yes, I said it. You don't tell your wife to drive off in a situation that's highly intense like that. Where was the logical person in this situation? Calm down, baby. Let's just chill out. Her wife was sitting out there recording, talking shit to the cops, telling them that they need to go buy them some lunch. And when they come back, they still gonna have the same motherfucking life to play. And then as soon as the ICE officer said, get the fuck out the car, that's when the bitch tried her best to get in the car and all in the while telling her wife to drive off. Now I see why you were scared. Because you started some shit, you provoked those officers until they got to a point to do something about y'all bullshit, and now y'all want to flee.
By the way, there's some great video now of her blocking the road in a perpendicular block, and she's dancing in her car, the chick who got shot. There's some great footage there now of her blocking the road, impeding ICE in what is a very dangerous situation. Did you see the list of people they caught? That was in my notes too. Unfortunately, I don't have it. The list of people they caught that same day, how many rapists and murderers and pedophiles they caught that day that she was killed. BiomaxPeptides.com. Same with dogs. Our dogs is vaccinated. Got kennel cough. Cost $1,500 to treat. Yeah, if I ever get a dog again, I'm definitely not getting any vaccinations for my dog. Completely stupid and a waste of time. But Sevi. Nope. I don't care. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Dentist saying, and a rap sheet of her abusing her children and wife who burned cigarettes on her kids. I cannot get that story validated. I have been looking everywhere for validation. I do not think that story is true. I do not know, but I don't think it's true. I do not think it's true. There was a guy on Green Bay yesterday, back to football. He ran into the end zone. He ran like 25 yards after catching the ball, and he broke 6 tackles. It was crazy. I could see if you're a Chicago Bears fan after seeing that play being like, our team has no chance of winning. It was nuts. The guy broke 6 tackles. I sent you the post with a picture and a rap sheet. Not sure it's credible. Yeah, I saw that. And then I kept pursuing it, and it just felt like it was it felt like it was just made up. It just didn't feel real. And I've been Googling all around looking for one official sign. I couldn't find anything. Oh, this one's going to be great. This one's great. This is great. Hey, that daycare, do you remember the daycare incident where the same thing happened? This is a few months back. ICE grabbed a lady in a daycare center, and the left reported that they were raiding the daycare center, but it ended up they were trying to pull her over, and she ran to the daycare center and then ran inside. So they had to go in and get her. That's the same thing what's happened at the Roosevelt High in Minnesota. And now, in hindsight, there were probably no kids in that daycare center. There were probably no kids even in that daycare center.
Turn around right there, dude. Turn around. His name's Houston. Walk back. Put your hands on top of your head, bud. Walk back. Walk back. You're under arrest. I got him. There's like 50 people here. What's going on?
There's like 50 people. What's going on? Houston Wade, a leftist activist with a long history of calling Republicans and Trump supporters pedophiles, was arrested in Washington after allegedly trying to meet with an 11-year-old child for sexual activities. Yeah, duh.
We'll talk to you.
Hi, buddy. I wonder if they have an outfit or a look. You know, gangbangers have a look. I wonder if pedos have like a go-to brand of clothing. Blocking exit or entrance to the situation that was happening in front of and behind the area of operation for the ICE agent. She entered a violent situation and wasn't prepared for the consequences. I heard one report where they're like, she just dropped her kid off at school and just randomly jumped into it. Ran into the situation. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I don't even know why this story matters. Just in, New York City taxpayers pay $700,000 for new MTA turnstiles. They're already being defeated on social media. Is Mamdani going to enforce the rules or keep rewarding the people who break them? Yeah, they don't care. He's going to make this shit free. He's going to make this shit free.
It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. It's a new soundtrack. I can dance to this beat. And I said, welcome to New York.
Retard land. Think of what they would have done. They could have, at that point, just give away $700,000 free passes to ride the subway. So at least we have an accounting. of who's riding the subway. Everything is in chaos. Everything the government does is a fucking shit show. I should do a show and just title it Strong Black Women.
Renee Nicole Good died being a nigger lover. She died because she wanted to protect niggers who would not piss on her if she was on fire. Anybody saying that she didn't try to run them over, you're a nigger lover. Thank you. My message to white liberals is that these people want you dead regardless. It doesn't matter. Give them everything they want. Let them scam. They still hate you. They still hate white people. They hate you. You can't feel bad for these people. When you have that superiority complex, that you're a white woman saving the niggers. Oh, I have a mission. I have to save the niggers. And the funniest thing is the very people that she was out there and got shot for are making fun of her death. They're not hailing her as a hero. Renee Nicole Good died.
I can't say it any better. I can't say it any better. She's hot. Yeah. It's always nice when the person talking is attractive. I don't know how cops do it. I worked at a home for disabled adults for 5 years. I'd rather do that than deal with the general public.
And you take down the blacks and you get fucking on video.
That's false.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
Look at me. What training have you had regarding mania?
And you're good on your medication then? Are you
condescending and talking down to me now?
I'm not. I'm actually asking.
Oh, really?
Are you on a new medication at all?
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay. Is there anything that's
Who are
changed?
you, Hastings?
Yeah. I'm an officer of Portland Police. I'm an ECIT officer.
Oh, really?
Oh, Portland. This is Portland. Of course it's Portland. I'm Officer Hastings of the Portland PD. Oh, boy.
Really an expert on mental illness, aren't you?
Well, I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist.
No, you're not.
But, okay.
And I'm the fucking smartest person you have ever fucking met. Okay. So get the fuck down off of my ass. Did you go to college, Hastings?
Sure did.
You did? What'd you study?
Social sciences.
Oh, social
And I have
science is
minor in
great.
psychology.
Oh, minor. You should know a little bit about it then, right?
And Jamie, every time I just try to have a normal conversation with you, it just goes right to insults.
Is that against the law? Is it
No,
against the law
do you
to
understand
insult
how-
a man in
Can you
blue?
understand how it's not a normal conversation?
You guys get called
Why-
shit all the
And
time.
why we're concerned?
And you take down the blacks and you get fucking on video.
That's false.
Oh my god.
Jamie, we're leaving. Have a good day, Jamie. We're leaving.
I want him arrested for physical assault, you fuckface. Hastings. Oh, the little Hastings boy who got bullied. Or he's got a small penis.
He's like, I didn't get bullied as a kid. I wish he would have said I didn't have a small penis. How do they do it? How do they do it? You think Renee Good was any different than that lady? Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Do the Niners play the Rams today? Is that today? Where can I watch that? Does anyone know where I can watch that? I might have that on in the background. I saw a video, by the way. I should probably save this for the CrossFit Games update show of Joe Rogan endorsing a bike different than the assault bike and the Rogue Echo bike. And his logic was complete batshit crazy. I like Joe, but his logic was completely batshit crazy. I'll bring it up to the boys next Friday. What do you guys think about protesters being paid?
You got a job? Not right now. You working anywhere at all? No. So you don't have a job? Nope. Then what brings you out here all day in the cold? Just out here, man, showing support. Are you getting paid to be here? Yeah, they give us some money. They pay you? Yeah, 20 an hour. You got a job?
20 an hour. $20 an hour. $20 an hour. Paid protesters. Why does that not sit well with me? Not that it should be illegal by any means. It's a mockery of the protest. It's a mockery of the protest. It invalidates it. It reveals that it's a facade. I live in Minneapolis, and the amount of out-of-state license plates from protesters is insane. Besides being paid, they're coming here from all over the Midwest, mostly jobless folks. Of course, all protesters are jobless. Even those white liberal women are living off of some sort of money that their husband made. That's AI. Oh, good point. It says Sora up there. My bad. That was fake news. See that up there? Upper right-hand corner. Thank you. Thank you. He has to put food on the table. I wonder why they would do that with AI. I don't think they need to do that with AI. I think that those testimonies can be found without using AI. Everything is just flipped. All the Democrats have just lost their mind. It's everywhere. They're not even isolated incidents. This would have been an isolated incident 10 years ago.
Senator Peterson, you said at the beginning that one of the key priorities for Senate Democrats would be to make sure science is respected. Can you acknowledge that there are biological differences between men and women that would give boys a physical advantage over girls in athletics?
Yes. The answer is yes. The answer is just yes.
No, I don't think I could say that definitively. First of all, I'm not I don't have the scientific expertise.
Senator Jamie Peterson of Democrat, 43rd District of Seattle. He doesn't have the expertise to say that men are better in sports than girls, that they have a biological advantage over girls in doing certain things, taking the ladder out of the garage, putting it up against the house. For fuck's sake, they have different chess leagues. They don't let men and women play chess against each other. Do you know why? The nice way to say it is because we think differently. I don't think that there's a rule that women can't play in the NFL. Can women play in the NFL? Yes, women can play in the NFL, as there are no official rules barring them. Yeah. Yep, they sure can. But they don't.
To be able to weigh in on that, based on what I know, many of the kids who participate in athletics who are transgender are taking puberty blockers, are taking hormones that probably change the scientific.
If you're taking puberty blockers, then you're admitting that puberty blockers make men weaker to be more like women. There's nowhere to run in just answering that question. She hasn't even got to the point of whether trannies should be allowed to play in men's sports or girls' sports outside of their designated biological sex at birth. But he just admitted that women have different biology that makes it so that they shouldn't that men shouldn't be playing in their sports. He just doesn't. He's too stupid to even know it.
Are taking hormones that probably change the scientific balance.
There's a reason why steroids are illegal. Why men can't take more men hormones. There's a reason. They're trying to keep the playing field level. And if you give men's hormones to women, they become stronger and more aggressive, like men. And if you reduce testosterone in men, they become like this guy.
About competitiveness. So I don't have the tools or the training to be able to weigh in and offer a scientific conclusion about that.
Does he really believe this, or is he lying? Does he really believe this? Do any of them actually believe this? That's what I want to know. Are women who are posing naked on the internet, do they really believe that they're empowering women? They really know they're doing it just for clicks and likes, right? This guy knows, right?
But I think that there is some reason to be skeptical of that claim. Thank you.
Would you be willing to make that a requirement?
We need to move on. Sorry, we need to move on. Bill?
I want to hear what the guy next to him to the left of him thinks. Those two guys on the left, I'm going to guess no. Holy shit. Holy shit. When I was a kid, that guy would be deemed crazy and he'd probably be locked up or something. They'd be like, okay, you need to go to the insane asylum. Like there's a if you see a red light and you run through it and you tell the officer it's blue, that doesn't work. He'll be like, well, you're colorblind. You got to get that fixed, or you're crazy. And that's basically what the liberals are doing there now. It's perfectly analogous. It's enough for them to be like, hey, that light didn't look red to me. Hey, that doesn't look like a man to me. And so it can now play in with the girls' team. We don't even we don't even have the tools to argue with them because we're not playing on a level playing field. We can't agree that red is red anymore. There's that story in the Tower of Babel where God gave everyone different languages. I think I don't think he was talking about when he said different languages, Chinese versus English versus Spanish, because that we could fix. I think he must have been talking about this shit. Just insanity. This is just define red. There's got to be what is red? There's got to be some objective something on some light spectrum. What is red? Or how do you define red? Okay, here we go. Red is primary color at the long wavelength end of the visible spectrum. Yeah, there must be somewhere on light wavelength. So it is objective, right? What do you do when you can't? What do you do when you can't communicate with people? What are you gonna do? You guys want to play a little game? You guys want to play a little game? Here we go. Let's play a little game. Let's play a game. Look at the person and guess what side they fall on. Butch haircut, tattoo on the neck, chains that are very popular with teenage boys and young men. You think libtard. I'm going to go out on a limb here. You say damn, you say groiper. By the way, I just learned what a groiper was yesterday. Just learned. Could be right. Are we guessing man or woman? No, I think she's going to make some sort of declaration regarding Minnesota.
The Islamic Jihadi.
Oh, it's going to be Islamic Jihadi stuff. Here we go.
Terror plan that's unfolding before your fucking eyes here in America is actually pretty fucking genius, if you ask me, because they don't have to deploy jihadi suicide bombers anymore. No. Those days are long fucking over. They can just deploy liberal, white, ugly, unfuckable women.
Wow.
To do their dirty work, to martyr themselves in the name of free fucking Palestine, to martyr themselves in the name of illegal Muslim Somali immigrants. That's what's happening. This is what happens when you're fucking not hot, you don't have a purpose, and Qatar spends billions of dollars brainwashing your fucking dumbass. The Islamic Jihad.
Waking up one by one. Isn't it interesting? You dress like the low IQ idiots. She's hotter now. Yeah. You dress like the low IQ idiots, but you're not one. How does that happen? How does that happen? Let me be a little even more clear about that. It's not that you just dress like them. You go out of your way to dress like them. You know what I mean? Like if you just wake up in the morning and that's who you are, you know what I mean? You put your clothes on, you take a shower. Maybe you're nondescript. But even in that previous piece where we saw the guy saying how he doesn't know the difference between men and women, even he look like something was off, like, hey, you wouldn't leave your kids alone with them. Doesn't your radar go off that like, hey, that dude's computer needs to be checked? Not in the same way where you see a 6'6" tall black dude in a super wealthy neighborhood and you're like, hey, that guy probably plays professional sports. Not like that. That's different. That's different. There's this look that white male politicians have, a cohort of them, where you're like, yeah, you shouldn't be left alone with kids. And so this lady, but they're not going out of those are one is like this superficial thing where just it's a tall black guy in a wealthy neighborhood, completely superficial assessment, like looking at a snake and looking at its jaw and being like, okay, he has fangs in there that carry venom. But that other thing with those, there's a cohort of men where you just look at them and you're like, you probably shouldn't be alone with kids. And then there's this lady who, not this lady on the screen, but the one we just saw, who goes out of her way to have the haircut and the tattoos and the necklaces that represents this. I really don't like the way I look, and I'm not pretty, and I'm going to try to make myself even more unattractive for some reason, probably to keep men away. She's kind of caught in the middle. There's these different kinds of lesbians. There's these different kinds of women out there. There's some who are just like fucking completely like, hey, I'm going to make sure no man ever comes close to me or wants to fuck me. And then there's ones that are caught in the middle. They still want to be pretty, but they don't want to give the look that men should approach them. This is all under the lens of everyone's working on a mating strategy. Not that there's a truth to that, but I'm filtering it through that lens. George Carlin. Boy, it would be fun if he was alive now, wouldn't it?
When your identity is your ideology, congratulations, you've officially screwed yourself, because now it's not just an idea, now it's you. And when the idea gets challenged, you don't hear disagreement, you hear an attack. So what do? You build a bubble, a nice, soft, padded little bubble where everyone agrees with you, uses the same words, hates the same people, and claps at the exact right moments. And you will defend that bubble at all costs, even if it makes you sound incredibly stupid. Facts don't matter anymore. Logic's gone. Humor? Dead. Because admitting you're wrong would mean admitting you are wrong, and that's unacceptable. So you double down, louder, angrier, dumber. And that's how you end up defending nonsense like it's sacred scripture. Not because it's true, but because without it, you'd have to actually develop a personality. When your identity is your ideology.
When your identity is your ideology. I mean, that's just Islam, right? When your identity You know what's interesting too is you'll hear so many Christians say, when I gave up the self is when I found Jesus. I gave up the self. I gave up my identity.
Congratulations, you've officially screwed yourself, because now it's not just an idea, now it's you. And when the idea gets challenged, you don't hear disagreement, you hear an attack.
God, he was good. Wasn't he good? Dents, what did you say? Did you dig around? I thought I saw a comment from you where you were digging around about whether Renee had really been abused her child. I don't see it anymore. Sorry. I should have started. Rambler, hot girls are crazy because they see the dark side of men. Example, like cheating. I don't think you have to be a hot girl to see that. We need another George Carlin to grace us. Identity in Christ. Yeah, how is that different though than what he's saying? Would you say Christianity is an ideology? It feels so good not to be with the wackadoodles. God. I don't even know who this is. This is probably says Doc Rivers. It says he's a head coach. This is the kind of idiocy we're dealing with.
You know, what happened in Minnesota was a straight up murder, in my opinion. And it's awful. You know, this lady was probably trying to go home.
This lady was probably trying to go home. I can't ever believe this shit. According to Gallup polls, 31% of Gen Z women now identify as LGBTQ, up from 12% for millennials. I just don't believe it. Call me in denial. That's fine. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. This woman was probably just driving home. So his identity, his ideology, his identity is just all cops are bad and anyone they shoot or kill is good. That's his. And so he can't even, so he's doing the crazy talk George Carlin's talking about. He's just making up a story. She was just driving home. She was just driving home.
And she didn't make it home, and that's really sad. So
she didn't make it home, and so that's sad.
The whole ICE thing it's a travesty. You know, it's clearly
remember, this is all built off that premise of that first line. She was probably just driving home.
To me, it's we're attacking brown people.
Now he pivots to we're attacking brown people. God, I got to find that list of there's a crazy
and
list.
I just happen to be brown.
He's brown? Brother, Monica, you ain't brown. You're black.
I don't think it should just be.
There's black people now identifying with being brown?
Brown people who are upset at this. I think we all have to be. I don't care what side of this thing you are on politically. What's going on in our country right now is absolutely wrong as far as the race stuff. The politics, I'm not going to get into. The race stuff, I will, and it's just wrong, and we have to do something. But the only thing we can do right now is keep.
A white woman is killed, and he's pivoting to a race thing where they're going against brown people, which he says he is, but he's black.
Speaking up because it doesn't seem like they care, and that's troublesome. Last thing I'm going to say, because I don't want to stay on this, but I could. I keep thinking about kids, and when I grew up, the president was always the role model, and I think about that, and
God, this is fucking crazy. You think about that, but we had Biden in office for 4 years. We had a Trans Day parade in the White House on Christmas and Easter. And you think about the kids. Let's look at what ICE has been doing. Regardless of stage political theaters, ICE is going to continue to arrest the worst of the criminals, illegal aliens, Minnesota and elsewhere, said ICE Director Todd Lyons. Some of these criminal aliens have had final orders of removal for 30 years, but they've been free to terrorize Minnesotans. ICE arrests prevent recidivism and make communities safer, but it feels like local politicians want to ignore that part and drum up discontent rather than protect their own constituents. These are people who were captured the same day Renee Goodman was shot. You guys ready for this? This is great. Here we go. Hernan Cortez Valencia, a criminal illegal alien from Mexico with a final order of removal on December 1st, 2016, who's been convicted of sexual assault against child, sexual assaults, carnal abuse, and 4 DUIs. That's the upper left-hand corner. Not one mention of him, right? Sridorn Pavian, a criminal illegal alien from Laos with a final order of removal from March 2018. He's been convicted of strong-arm sodomy of a boy. That's penetrating a boy's asshole. He was charged with that. Strong arm sodomy of a girl. That's penetrating a girl's asshole. Another aggregated sex offense. 9 counts of larceny. Unauthorized use of a vehicle. 4 counts of fraud. Vehicle theft. 2 counts of drug possession. Obstructing justice. Possession of stolen property. Receiving stolen property. Burglary. Check forgery. He also has pending charges for 2 counts of receiving stolen property. They got him. Same day that Renee was blasted. Jay Yang. Second from the top on the left. Criminal illegal alien from Laos with final order of removal October 16, 2012. He's been here for fucking 14 years. He was convicted of rape and aggravated assault against a family member, aggravated assault with a weapon, and additional sex offense and domestic violence involving strangulation. That's a scary looking fucking dude. Vanulut Kumani, a criminal illegal alien from Laos with a final order of removal dated 2009, been convicted of 2 counts of attempting to commit strongman rape. These are rapists. They're fucking grabbing rapists. And these white liberal women are fucking pissed. By the way, all men. These are all men. All men, no women. Tao Vang, criminal illegal alien from Laos with final order of removal October 31st, 2006. This guy's been here for 20 years. Guess what he did? Sexual assault, sodomy of a girl under the age of 13. Chong Vu, criminal illegal alien from Laos with final order of removal from 2004. Convicted of strong arm rape of a 12-year-old girl. Kidnapping with intent for sexual assault. Vehicle theft. Ku Lor, also from Laos. Been wanted since 1996. Guys, 30 years. He's been convicted of sexual assault. So how does that happen? He was convicted of sexual assault and he's an illegal alien. So that means he did his time in Minnesota, released him. Rape with a weapon, statutory rape without force, 2 counts of burglary and shoplifting. Hey, dude, think of all the things that they've gotten away with. What do you think the ratio is of what you get away with versus what you're convicted for? I would say at least 10 to 1. So for every person he's been convicted of raping, he raped 10. For everything he's stolen 10 times. These aren't isolated incidents. We're not getting people every time they do something wrong. Pao Chao Zhang, criminal illegal alien from Laos, told to leave in 2003. Convicted of rape, fondling children, domestic violence, burglary, larceny. Abdur Shahid Adosh Elmi, Muslim, criminal illegal alien from Somalia who's been convicted of homicide. Homicide. Gabriel Gama Figueroa, a criminal illegal alien from Mexico. He was removed from the U.S. in 2002 and later convicted of homicide, battery, assault, and fucking meth possession. These are all people they got the day they got Renee. Abdir Hashid Mohammed Ahmed, criminal illegal alien from Somalia. Supposed to be out in 2022. Manslaughter with a vehicle, 2 counts of DUI, larceny, and damage to property. Holy shit, man. So they're catching these people. They're catching these people and releasing them back into the interior of the United States. Why? Because they refuse to hand them over to ICE because they're sanctuary cities and states. Mangang Kwal Manang Dang, a criminal illegal alien of Sudan, has been convicted of attempt to commit homicide, weapon possession, DUI. Aldrin Guerrero Munoz, criminal illegal alien from Mexico, convicted of homicide and assault. Convicted. And then released back into the interior of the United States. Gilbert Salguero Lanverde, criminal illegal alien from El Salvador. Oh, only 3 counts of homicide. Dude, this guy, I'll put him to the top of the screen. Convicted of 3 murders. Released. Did his time, released. Alar Gomez Lucas, criminal illegal alien from Guatemala. Convicted of negligent homicide. I guess we've gotten through. Oh, look, a woman, 2 women. Holy shit, we're getting to the women. Galuk Mikel Ratagai, criminal illegal alien, convicted of homicide and assault. Convicted. This Asian woman, Shu Hutu, murdered someone. That's the Asian woman. The black woman, Mariama Sai Kanu, criminal illegal alien from Sierra Leone with final order of removal. 2 counts. She's convicted too of homicide, 4 DUIs, counts larceny and burglary. There are no white people. No one's coming from Norway and raping our women. Isn't that a trip? No one's coming from Switzerland or Sweden and raping our people. No one's coming from England and raping our people. Doug Reed, these all look like doctors and lawyers. Finally, Thai Lore, criminal illegal alien from Laos, 2 counts of homicide in 2009. That's what ICE is doing. What site is this? This is U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Fucking nuts. Intellectuals and philosophers, yes. That's what ICE is doing. And while they're doing that, the Renee girl was trying to stop them. Why is she trying to stop them from doing that? Because the politicians are saying that they're snatching up people who are citizens. They're disappearing people. They're kidnapping people. They're going into high schools and harassing kids at 3:30 in the afternoon when there's no kids at the schools. And I guess the best thing we have right now, understanding of it, is what George Carlin said. I guess that's the best argument we have. All of that being said, you have to know that the stupidity is worse elsewhere, David Weed. The stupidity is far worse elsewhere. The UK is regulating itself into irrelevance. The plan was to build 531 kilometers of high-speed rail before laying any track. Contractors had to complete a 350-page social value assessment. They had to guarantee 30% female representation and 20% ethnic minority representation. Original timeline 2010 to 2026. After years of delays and overruns, 50% of the project was canceled. Meanwhile, in China, they put down high-speed rail in 17 years, covering 50,000 kilometers. Look at it. In 17 years, they put 50,000 kilometers of high-speed rail down. In China, they couldn't even complete 531 in the UK. They didn't, and now the project's 250 and it's still not done. China builds high-speed rail 200 times faster and 22 times cheaper than the UK. They want inclusivity on construction sites. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Have you already talked about Crowborough in the UK? No, but I'd love to. I need help with today's show. I'm so bummed my notes got jacked. God, what if my notes get jacked for when I had a guest, Curtis Campbell? I know that the UK has gone full anti-Semitic, banning Jews from all sorts of crazy shit. I don't see anything about Crowborough. Did they have some sort of chaos there? Yeah, I watched the Bears game. It was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, Josh, you get punished for that. Sending me to a story that doesn't exist. Do you remember when Tim Walz was sending the National Guard down the streets of neighborhoods in Minnesota and yelling at people to get off their porch and go in their house during COVID? How do we reconcile that? You're telling citizens to go back inside their house, but you're okay with rapists and murderers on your streets. I coach a girl who is from the United Kingdom. Husband is RAF. That must be some military. Royal Air Force. Husband is Royal Air Force. I'm going to go with that. So they're here for a few years. How the fuck do you expect me to know what RAF is? Went home for Christmas, and now they're trying to extend here because they don't want to go back. Yeah. You're really pissing me off, Josh. Constantine is sin. Oh, yeah. Did something happen to that guy? I like this guy. From the Modern Wisdom podcast. I didn't know that, but I don't see anything about him in the news, but I like this guy. Did he get hurt? Something happened to him? It's pronounced RAF. Okay, smart ass. Yeah, they had armored vehicles going down the streets in Minnesota. I did see this story, but you know what? When I looked it up, it's from like 2017 or 18, Doug. Doug said, did you talk about Austrian president asking women to wear hijab in solidarity with Muslims? I think that was like 2017 or 18. Jeez, Josh. Jeez, Louise. Okay, third attempt. 3 strikes and you're out, motherfucker. I'm typing it all out slowly, pecking away at the keyboard. Nothing. Constantine Cassin Crowborough. Nothing. Nada. Look it's this page. I got this fucking shit. Look at what I got. I tried 3 times. It gave me that. How do you get that on Google? That's how shitty your search is. Yeah, someone banned Josh forever. For fuck's sake. Nick Fuentes would love to have you. Oh, I appreciate you, Josh. It's a good bit. That page sucks on Google. I'm always surprised that I'm like, really? You can't find anything? You can't find anything? What if I just hit a bunch of shit on the keyboard? Does something come up? Nope. Look it. That's what Josh gave me right there. Josh, Taylor and I are putting together a crazy show on Nick Fuentes. Crazy show. Homie's got some issues. Taylor Self from Kill Taylor. Oh, God. They're comparing Caleb. They're comparing Caleb to Michael Jordan. Stop. I have a buddy who vacillates during the game, texting me from telling me that Caleb sucks to take Caleb is the greatest of all time.
Second down. Let's go back to that previous play on 4th down. But Doomsday, by the way, came all the way from the right side. He had a line. Second down.
I like it. But like, just because you throw like a retard and you throw good like a retard, I don't know if that gives you how about just play normal? How about just play normal? How about just play normal? Like, okay, fine. So you throw it. So it's fucking absolutely insane. You're an absolute beast of an athlete. You don't have to have your feet on the ground. Okay. Let's take a small break for a public service announcement. Here we go.
Welcome to Minnesota, where every moment is an adventure. From the tranquil natural beauty of our waters to the rich culture of our cities, Minnesota is where unforgettable memories are made.
Go inside now! Get in the house!
Step into friendly neighborhoods that make you feel right at home the moment you arrive. Stroll through vibrant streets, soak in the energy of our dynamic nightlife, or indulge in a shopping spree at one of our world-class boutiques. And behind it all is strong leadership and inclusive policies that create a place where everyone can thrive. Minnesota, we're ready to be your next adventure.
All right. I just wanted to do my part. I don't want to just shit on Minnesota all the time. But it can happen. Bad, really bad news. Oh no, good news. Good news for, sorry, I read this wrong. This is really good news. This is great news for Somalis in, oh shit. This is really good news for Somalis in the UK. They had banned cousin fucking in the United Kingdom. They had banned cousin fucking, but it's back. Keir Starmer has blocked a ban on first cousin marriages. Your sister has a kid. You have a kid. Now they're fucking. Am I closed-minded? I think that's off a little bit. Am I closed-minded? Your brother has a kid. You have a kid. Now they're fucking and making other kids. Am I off? Am I closed-minded? Starmer wanted to free that up. Despite the warnings, the horrific impact it has on the deformed children, which are mainly Pakistani Muslims, the detrimental effects that these inbreds have on our national healthcare system and welfare system, all to appease the Muslim voter. What the fuck is going on?
A marriage between first cousins carries significant health issues, many of which aren't even knowable until post-birth. When practiced generation after generation, there is a significant multiplier effect. In addition, the real impacts to the openness of our society and women's rights in our country are also significant. After all, there are significant dynamics in sharing a same set of grandparents. On Friday, this government has a choice to let my bill go through to ban first cousin marriage to committee stage. Will the Prime Minister think again before instructing his whips to block this legislation?
Yeah. Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we've taken our position on that bill. Thank you.
That completes Prime Minister's questions.
What's the argument? Can someone defend the other side? I want to be open to it. Why is it okay that you and your wife have the same grandparents? I'm going to just Google. Let's Google that. Is it okay to have kids with your cousin? Yes, first cousins can have children together, but it slightly increases the risk for certain genetic conditions because of they share more DNA and are more likely to pass on harmful recessive genes. Though the overall risk of serious issues remains relatively low, 4 to 8%. Do you remember what the chances were of dying from COVID? It was like 0.04%, and you had to have 4 more comorbidities. And they vaccinated the entire planet. They forced the entire planet to do drugs. They forced the entire planet to do drugs because of 0.004% chance of dying from COVID if you had 4 more comorbidities, meaning if you were, 100 pounds overweight. But it's relatively low that you're going to have a deformed kid, 4 to 8% if you fuck your cousin. Many cultures historically encourage cousin marriage, but modern concerns focus on these increased genetic risks. Is there any other reason you're not supposed to fuck your cousin? First cousins share about 12.5% of their DNA. And if both parents carry a mutated gene for a recessive disorder, Their child has higher chance of inheriting 2 copies of the developing condition. The first cousins, this risk rises to approximately 4 to 8%, depending on the study. I mean, 8% is crazy. Yeah, you're pretty. Core says you're pretty much guaranteed 1 out of 10 children will be fucked up. Wow. Here's Reddit. I just found out my parents are first cousins. Anyone on here have anyone on here want to? Am I being closed-minded? Is that am I being like a ugly American by thinking maybe you shouldn't? It's just wrong. Yeah, that's. I'm thinking it's just wrong. But I was raised that way. They have incest to keep the inheritance and keep the wealth within the family, avoiding dilution when someone dies. Yeah, okay, I see that. It's not okay. It's an effective way to dull the intellect of the population and make them easier to manipulate. Starmer's personal life is a shit show if it ever comes out, but he has court injunctions in place to prevent media talking about it. Wow. Tell me more. What if she's insanely hot? Like to wear a condom. I don't know. Or a condom. Rub one out on her. Do phone sex. I don't know. What do I don't know. Do whatever Nick Fuentes' fan base does to ejaculate. I don't even know what they do. Did you see the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia are working to ban X? Countries who ironically ban most guns or like Canada are working towards that this year. Yeah, that's amazing, right? Hey, you know what's crazy too? What I've noticed? I mean, X is on a whole nother level than Instagram, but Instagram's catching up. They've really they've done some. Instagram must be feeling the heat to compete with X because they're allowing all sorts of shit to fly on Instagram these days. Oh boy, this can't even be real. This piece is too long to share. I'll look into this and get back to you. It says the UK government has launched a video game for children at school. It's being used to find patriotic children and investigate them. Wow. This story is nothing new. Go watch Liz Collins' Fall of Minneapolis. This story isn't new. Like breaking, I've obtained a picture of the Minneapolis Police Department's computers last night giving orders to stand down. They're being told to stay away and let the crowd do whatever they want. The cops on the beat are just as frustrated. Will Minnesota PD leadership do the same tonight? Yeah, absolutely. They gave the order. They're like, hey, we're going to let the protesters during the George Floyd riot have this police station. Do you realize, and not because they had to, in order to mitigate the, like there was some sort of like strategy that giving the police station to the rioters would calm them down. It wasn't like that at all. And do you realize the psychological implications on a society when you let the fucking crazies tear down a police station? It's a fuck you to all of us who respect the police officers. It shakes the whole stability of the society when you let the good guys get run over, the cops get run over. Yeah, crazy documentary. It's called Fall of Minneapolis. You have to see it. Will if for even 1 second you think Derek Chauvin got a fair trial, you have to watch this. You will not believe the shit that's said in there. And some of the people in there have sued Liz Collins and quickly lost. It's coming, man. If the NYPD ever gave up a precinct, the world would blow up. Hey, it's coming. Mamdani will allow that to happen. It basically is a way of emasculating and neutering the PD also. Sebi, did you see the United Arab Emirates are banning their children from coming to England to study because they're worried about they'll be radicalized in the mosques? Yeah, they're worried about. This story's kind of throwing me for a loop, by the way. They're worried specifically about the organization, the Muslim Brotherhood, which Trump has deemed a terrorist organization. And it's not a joke. The UAE is not doing this because it's like it's not a stunt. Like it truly is. I just don't understand. Those guys are as fucking radical as it gets, but maybe I don't get how they reconcile that with the word of Allah, the Allah snack bar, Aloha snack bar. I don't get how they're reconciling that. And the part that I'm not the part specifically is. The Muslims are supposed to either convert people. Their happiness only comes when the happiness of Allah is here, and the happiness of Allah is that everyone on the planet is Muslim, and so you either become Muslim or they kill you, or you pay some exorbitant taxes. So I don't know. Maybe these are just really bad Muslims and they put money over maybe they don't think the time is right. I don't know. It also says in the Quran that they're allowed to lie. They're allowed to lie to your face until they feel strong enough to overtake you. I haven't seen this. This is bad. Scott Bassett. What is Scott Bassett? Is he the Secretary of Treasury? Yeah, the United States Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bassett. Let's see. He was told he couldn't get security if he visited Minnesota.
But one curious detail, this interview was originally scheduled for the Minnesota State Capitol. Can you explain why that didn't come to pass and why we're here?
For one reason, Chris, Tim Walz is a coward. He is a coward. He would not guarantee that the Treasury Secretary of the United States of America would have police protection in the Minnesota State Capitol. He is afraid of what is coming. And he's not going to be able to hide behind this curtain because we will get there. And I don't have to go in the Capitol building to investigate him. I would love for him to come to Treasury and answer some questions. I can guarantee you that he will be safe and sound then, depending on what we discover. I don't know about his future. And as I said earlier, that will be the only view of the Oval Office he ever gets, because let's just think about the long arc of history. The suppression of this story is this guy got to within could have been one heartbeat away from being president of the United States. And when we don't have a functioning mainstream media and great independent journalists like you, citizen journalists who go out and do.
So he wants to investigate Minnesota, obviously, for all the fraud, the billions. And I guess the story here is that Tim Walz says, hey, if you come to the Capitol, we can't guarantee you your safety. Wow. That is pathetic. That is pathetic. When I lived in Dubai, they were pretty chill about religion. An Emirati guy told me that bit of the Quran. They just choose to interpret differently. The cousin marriage is so real there, though. If you're not carrying a piece every day, everywhere you go as an American citizen, you're fucking up. Oh, and you hit the number 3 because it's close to the letter E. Okay, I like that. Bassett is gay, yes. And I love how the CNBC reporter was trying to portray him as a gay homophobic. Wow. Bassett is great. I agree. All right. I appreciate you guys being patient with me this morning. I apologize. I'm so excited about the channel splitting. And I was so prepared this morning and my notes are all fucked up. Meanwhile, in Denmark, a very, very confused group of people. I don't know. They don't know where they stand. They know they're being taken over by Muslims, but they're so inhibited by their virtue signaling that they're struggling. I can hear shit. Danish ad shows a couple embracing until an expert interrupts to warn them against dating as inbreeding. Oh, isn't this rich? A Danish ad says if whites have sex with whites, that it's inbreeding, so it's urging them to have children with non-whites. Meanwhile, the UK still won't ban first cousin marriage. Both want to ban X. Fucking nuts. How about that irony? How about the algorithm just picking up on what I'm doing and hooking me up like that? Fucking nuts. These are the people we're supposed to listen to. These are the people we're trying to communicate with and have peace with.
No! No! Shame! Shame! Oh my fucking God! What the fuck? What the fuck? You just fucking, what the fuck did you do?
She got a shell in her hair. What are those marks on her face? Is that where her wife Rebecca beat her? I almost puked seeing that. Yeah, it is what a crazy cohort. And they all hang out with each other. Everyone wants to talk about the Chicago Bears. I don't blame you. Why not? Why not? This is a crazy, crazy graphic. This is beautiful. It's a 21-6. Bears win with a probability of 9%. Let's just enjoy this.
They're going to throw it. He's under pressure. He throws and it's going to be intercepted at the 2-yard line by Tyron Hopper.
That they throw an interception, the probability goes down to 5%. This is an awesome graphic in real time. This is so awesome.
4th and 19, have to go for the 51-yard field goal off the foot of Santos, and that one is good. On the ground, Swift! Can he get into the end zone? He can! Chicago from the 23, pass to the outside, finding room here. Golden is inside the 10, and Golden will go in.
You have to watch that again. I think it's the guy's second touchdown ever in the NFL. This is crazy. He breaks 6 tackles.
From the 23, pass to the outside.
1, 2, 3,
Golden.
4.
Golden is inside
5,
the 10,
6.
and Golden will go into the end zone for the touchdown.
21-16 with a 5% chance of winning. I think now we're in the fourth quarter.
In the pocket, fires, caught, touchdown! Olamide Zacchaeus into the end zone. Has time, throws, caught. 2 points to try to make it 6 up. And the kick is no good.
Green Bay missed the kick. Green Bay missed an extra point and a field goal in that game.
49, Williams chase, throws, and it's caught at the 30-yard line. Williams throwing, and it's caught for the touchdown by DJ Moore. One last gasp. Moving guys around, fires to the end zone, and it is broken up. The Bears win it in a crazy one.
God, that was amazing. Even if you don't like football or anything, there's a Bears game on, turn it on and watch the last 2 minutes. Yeah, the missed extra point, the missed field goal. How about all the drop passes? The Green Bay QB should be put on suicide watch. His team fucked him. I can't wait to hear Scott Schweitzer's take on it. Former Packers president Bob Harlan is royalty in Green Bay. His son Brian is an agent who represents John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh has deep Midwestern roots. If the Packers decide they want to change head coaches, Harbaugh would be the most logical replacement. I wonder if they are going to change the head coach now. Libtards doing libtard shit. Today, day 10 of Mamdani's mayoral position being held a press conference to announce he's building one new public bathroom and spending $4 million on a pilot program.
Today, we are making another great stride in the enduring work of improving our public realm as we take the final steps to install an automatic public toilet right here on this very site. I think of the New Yorkers for whom this will make a meaningful difference in their lives. I think of the deliveristas who work across the city without having an office to go back to. I think
Deliveristas. Like somehow he's elevating them, that job. Nobody. That's the job you have when you're in between jobs or you're in fucking high school or you're struggling with 3 jobs. You're not a deliverista.
Think about the parents whose child is on the verge of having an immediate emergency. They're frantically looking for anywhere that they can go. I think about New Yorkers for whom this is just something that they feel in the moment. Right now, there are nearly 1,000 public restrooms in New York City. That is one public bathroom for 8,500 residents. And today, we are making another great stride in the enduring work of improving our public realm. I'm so proud to be here in West Harlem as we announce this new pilot program to majorly scale up the number of public restrooms in our city. We are announcing the launch of a new program to expand access to public bathrooms across the 5 boroughs, committing $4 million to a request for proposals for high-quality, modular public restrooms.
What does that
Program
even
to
mean?
expand
We're announcing the launch of a new program to expand
access to public bathrooms across the 5 boroughs, committing $4 million to a request.
$4 million to a request for proposal for high quality. What does that even mean? You're committing $4 million to a request. Just the request is $4 million?
For proposals for high-quality, modular public restrooms.
When do you expect to have all the new modular bathrooms already up and running?
In a perfect world, I would say that, first of all, we have to get each and every day towards that. So
He's making a press conference and he can't answer the question for when the deadline is, when the bathrooms will be built. This is fucking crazy. This is the mayor of one of the largest financial centers, if not the largest financial center in the world. Yeah, Kamala talk. It's Kamala talk. Exactly.
the point of this today is that there already are bathrooms that the city has had that have been languishing.
Oh, the point of this today is that we already have bathrooms. Bathrooms are languishing? There's bathrooms that are languishing? I didn't even know bathrooms could languish. Languish is a psychological term for a state of mental weariness, emptiness, and stagnation. So the bathrooms are mentally weary, empty, and stagnant. That's what languishment means. The bathrooms are languishing. Did you know that? The bathrooms are languishing.
There already are bathrooms that the city has had that have been languishing. And we wanted to take the immediate step even before issuing the RFP. So this bathroom is something that we will actually see come online soon. The RFP is going to be something that aims for about 20 to 30 modular toilets. That will be issued. The RFP itself will be issued within the first 100 days, and then the timeline of the process will be laid out there. Thank you so much.
Okay. So New York City probably, how many people are in New York City? New York City population. New York City has 8 million residents, 8,800,000. I'm going to guess there's 20 million toilets in New York City, at least, right? At least one in every house, at least one in every business. I'm going to guess there's at least, I wonder if you can Google that. How many toilets? How many toilets in New York City? It says there's 1,200 public ones. There's got to be, God knows how many toilets there are. Let's say there's 20 million toilets. There's 8,500 toilets. Is that what it is? No, sorry. There's 1,200 toilets that are run for anyone to use in the city. By the way, those don't count the bathrooms like in City Hall and in police stations. These are just 1,200 toilets that are just out and about. I mean, just use the logic there for a second. Let's do a quick let's use the calculator really quick. Use the calculator really quick. Let's just say calculator. Let's say there's 1,200 bathrooms times 4 million. And by the way, how much does it cost to maintain all those bathrooms? There's $4.8 billion worth of bathrooms if each bathroom costs $4 million. Think about that. There's $5 billion worth of toilets. I mean, I know that they didn't pay for, well, I don't know how much they paid for each of those toilets. That 100 toilets is not going to make any difference at all. So they're going to build how many more did he say? Times 100. So they're going to spend $400 million. They're going to spend $400 million on 100 new toilets. That's Mom Donnie. $400 million. Let me do one other calculation for you real quick. Let's be just total. How much do you think it costs to maintain each of these toilets every single day? That means with someone cleaning them and changing the toilet paper. Let's say conservatively it's $200 a day per toilet. $200 times 2,200 toilets. It's going to be $440,000 a year to maintain those toilets. Not bad. Not as bad as I thought. Caller, hi.
Check this out. If I've been to Manhattan, a rough estimate, 250 times. I'm not even kidding. I've never used a public bathroom ever in Manhattan. Ever. He's just doing this.
Go ahead.
He's just doing this with the deliveristas. Anyone who's in Manhattan either works there or they're visiting there and has a hotel room or they go to restaurants. No one's using public bathrooms there. It is insane what he's talking about.
I will say this. I've spent a lot of time in New York, not nearly as much as you since you live there. And I can think of a half dozen times I did use a public restroom, but I can think of the same one that I used. I always use the same one in this one park. I can see it.
Central Park?
No, not Central Park. It's one of these, no, it's not Central Park. It's a cool bathroom too. It looks like it was built in the fucking 1800s. It's like really ornate and shit.
Maybe it's Bryant Park or something. But I'm telling you, no one uses public bathrooms in New York. They either go use the bathroom in the restaurant that they're in,
Yep.
or they use the hotel room that they're at.
Yeah, go to Starbucks. Go into the lobby of a hotel. I don't have anything against public restrooms, but $400 million to build 100.
Yeah, no, he's somebody's chirping in his ear. Someone's gonna make some crazy buku bucks off of this.
Yeah. Instead of one toilet for 8,500. Oh yeah, and here's some other math, Jethro. Listen to this. So he's going to change it. Instead of one public toilet for 8,500 people, it's one toilet for 700 people. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
He's so dumb.
Hey, and the truth
He is
is,
so
that,
dumb.
and it's like you said, 99% of the people aren't even using public toilets there. Really,
Nah.
it's just for it's really just for the tourists.
Yeah, but the tourists have bathrooms already.
And homeless people and criminals. Yeah, good point. It's fucking nuts.
Think about it. Tourists go to Statue of Liberty, World Trade Center. They all have regular bathrooms. They don't have public bathrooms. Those are private bathrooms in private facilities. Then you go to a restaurant and you go to the bathroom there.
Would you rather see $400 million? Would you rather see $400 million given to the infrastructure of the city? New fire departments, new police stations, better waterworks, all that stuff, or go to building 100 new bathrooms? It's just fucking nuts.
Yeah, I know. Dumb.
All right, thank you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Renee, the chick who was shot in Minnesota, the Renee chick, the family's received over $1.5 million in donations and support of countless politicians. Which is wild. Absolutely wild. Oh, this is good. Oh, I think I'm going to really like this. This is a, please don't say this is AI. This is a libtard chasing down ICE.
This is what we feel fucking. ¿Qué se siente? ¿Qué se siente? ¿Qué se siente? ¿Qué se siente? Why? You're gonna take out your fucking guns? You're gonna do that? You're gonna take your fucking guns? Why are you taking my people? Why the fuck are you taking my people? Why are you taking my people? Salgan, llamen a la policía. ¿Por qué te estás llevando a mi gente, pendejo? Take my car. Take the fucking car. You want to take it? I'll report it, stupido. What the fuck are you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do? He took my fucking wallet. Call the cops. People, call the cops. He has my wallet. Llamen a la policía. Llamen a la policía. We're not gonna fucking leave. Llamen a la policía.
Of course he took your fucking wallet. You're acting like a fucking psychopath.
Dame mi cartera, pendejo.
Oh, she cut off the ICE
Give me my
agents.
fucking wallet. Dámela. Muchos huevos, no culero. Muchos pinches huevos. What?
Oh, and they
Estúpido.
took her keys.
He fucking took my wallet. Call the fucking cops. Why are none of you doing shit?
Took
Call
her
the
wallet
cops.
and
He
her
took my
keys. That is
Alguien lo
awesome.
puede seguir. Hey, he has my car key.
That's awesome. Hey, they're on the scene on the way to an emergency. There's someone who clearly should not be driving a car and took her keys and her wallet. Classy move. Solid. Solid. As opposed to arresting her for obstructing federal officers. Yeah, no one knows what the fuck you're saying either. God, there's so many X is just full of people who are killed by illegals. It's endless. All right. Want to hear one final note from Elon Musk? Go Bears. Hey. Go Bears.
Hey, dude, what's happening?
Go Bears.
Shut up, man. Can this be the last day we talk about this?
Sure.
We just move on.
Sure, until next week.
Platt next week because they're not playing the Packers, so their run is over. Who are they playing next week? Is that yet to be determined? I haven't looked.
Yeah, it's either the Rams or the Niners, I think.
Yeah, they're gonna get clapped. If you don't have to play the Packers, the Bears don't. Packers suck. God, I hate my team so much right now. It's embarrassing.
It was cool. It was.
I said
it was a
at
great
halftime.
game.
It's 21-3 at halftime. I'm watching it with some friends, and I'm like, you would think just about any other team, you'd feel confident. 21-3, we're good. You know, it's fine. It's over. I said if we don't score one more, like we got the kickoff at halftime. If we don't score right now, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown, I don't this game. And then the second half played out, and we didn't win the game. And I'm not surprised. Disappointed, but not surprised.
I can't believe they didn't score in that final run. The quarterback's good for Green Bay.
You know what's wild about that is Love, 4 touchdowns. He's good. Like he is good and likely worth the money we paid him. But if you've watched any of the other games that when he was out, Malik Willis is the backup was a stud. It seems like he fits in better in our system. I don't know. He's able to improvise better. But
all right.
What's this? What are you playing?
Anything else? Nothing yet. I'm about to play.
No.
There's 2 things I want to play. Go ahead.
I was gonna maybe this is one of them. I was gonna ask you Dence's Jenny's latest reel. I believe it's her latest reel, where we have certain individuals in the space who 1 year ago were boycotting. They were standing on their moral high ground and boycotting the Open, only to 1 year later not boycott the Open, or at least it seems like they're not boycotting the Open. Have you seen her latest reel on that?
No, but I will play it and then bring it up again on the CrossFit Games Update show.
Oh, that's right.
Is responsible to an extent because what is it going to take to get the buy-in from the specific affiliates?
There's ownership on both sides, right? Because to some extent, CrossFit could do everything. They could be throwing the kitchen sink at it, and then the affiliates are just not interested.
And anytime I go to that and I see having a great time, I'm like, God, I wish I would have signed up for this.
And if you take out all the other factors that go into making the decision as to whether or not you should sign up.
Of course, CrossFit HQ is responsible to an extent because
so basically I'm gonna have to figure this out. I'll figure it out next Friday. Let's get to the bottom of that on Friday.
Yeah, I forgot. Wrong channel, so my bad.
Okay, bye. We'll get to the bottom of that. That's good. That's good for me. So let's get that to the bottom of that on Friday's update show. Oh man, there's so much good stuff. Portland Police Chief. He's crying because Trende Aragua people were shot. This is great.
First and foremost, that these 2 individuals are in stable condition. They are still hospitalized. They are in custody of the federal law enforcement, but grateful that they are.
These are legitimate gang members who came to fucking topple our civilization here in the United States.
Appear to be on the road to recovery, and I'm grateful for that. They do have some nexus to involvement with TDA. We can confirm that, and what I can say is there is an association with the 2 folks yesterday and TDA. I hesitated to even share this information initially because I'm very aware of the historic injustice of victim blaming, oftentimes portrayed by law enforcement, including this very agency that I've represented so proudly for so many years. And historically, we have not been quick to disclose the potential criminal history of others. I want to speak for just a
What he's saying there what he's saying there is, I didn't want to tell you they were Tren de Aragua because I felt like it would be racist because they're not fucking white. Because I think I'm superior to brown and black people and I feel guilty for feeling that way. That's what he's saying. They didn't want to disclose their identity so that it didn't continue racial stereotypes. I want to hide the truth from you.
Moment specifically to my Latino community.
Now he's going to apologize to all Latinos and start crying because of Tren de Aragua.
It saddens me that
you have so many shitbags in your culture. Nope, that's not what he's going to say.
even have to qualify these remarks, because I understand, or at least have attempted to understand through your voices, your concern, your fear, your anger. This information in no way is meant to disparage or to condone or support or agree with any of the actions.
ICE pulled off 2 criminals off the streets, but I'm not condoning their what they did, because I think those people should have gotten off because they're not white. It's fucking nuts, man. We're in batshit cuckoo land. We are in batshit cuckoo land. Hey, dumbass Portland police chief, no one's racist except for you. Stop projecting onto us. We don't care.
When do you think Optimus will be a better surgeon than the best surgeons? How long for that?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. Yeah. And by the way, that's
I'd say 3 years at scale.
Yes.
Meaning there will probably be more Optimus robots that are great surgeons than there are all surgeons on Earth.
And the cost of that, but that's an important statement in 3 years' time.
Yeah.
Because medicine, I mean,
I'm not like absolutely certain, but I'd say if you say like 4 years, I'd be absolutely
if it's 4 or 5 years, who cares? It's still an
extreme precision.
Yes.
3 years. Yes. Better than any probably, I'd say if you like put a little margin on it, better than any human in 4 years.
Who's in plastic surgery.
By 5 years, it's not even close.
I think your point was medicine is going to be effectively free. The best medicine in the world.
Everyone will have access to medical care that is better than what the president receives right now.
So don't go to medical school.
Yes, pointless. Yeah. I mean, unless you, but I would say that applies to any form of education. It's not like some, I do it for social reasons.
Yeah.
You're not going to medical school. If you want to hang out with like-minded people.
3 years away, robots will be able to do everything that surgeons can do. I believe them. Invest in Elon. Isn't it? He's going to bring world-class medicine to everyone, and the liberals hate him, even though they used to love him. Oh, man. All right. I will see you tomorrow. I do not know what's going to happen tomorrow. The schedule is pretty dynamic right now. I'm supposed to be on the other channel interviewing the owner of Deca CrossFit. But I don't also want to lose Curtis Campbell, the undefeated UFC fighter who's kind enough to come on the show. He is going to be the next Jack Della Maddalena and Patty Pimlet wrapped into one. He is going to be a superstar. I love Elon. I'm go Elon all day. I'm all Elon. All right. I will see you guys later. Have a great Sunday. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you guys later.